video, we are going to explore the next frontier, space.
Space is a secret which everyone wants to reveal. And we will tell you who was the first man who explored the next frontier, space. And who was Ham?
You might be thinking life in space is similar to Earth, but that's not true. Different experience of gravity and microgravity will be shown.
How an egg can be boiled in that microgravity.
How space tortilla is made. Together we will dive into the fascinating world of space food.
And what if in that boring environment of space you get chased by a gorilla? You will get every information in this video. Don't forget to watch the end.
Let's start with Yuri Gagarin.
Yuri Gagarin from the Soviet Union was the first human in space. His vehicle Vostok one circled Earth at the speed of 27,400 km per hour with a flight lasting 108 minutes. Wow, that's interesting. Vostok's re-entry was controlled by a computer. Unlike the early US human spaceflight programs, Gagarin did not land inside of capsule. Instead, he injected from the spacecraft and landed by a parachute.
The example of gravity and microgravity are just like a small act of brushing your teeth is very easy on Earth, but it's a little different in space. As you don't have much water, you need to swallow the toothpaste. On Earth, we can experiment countless hairstyles from funky to elegant, but in space it's a different ball game. Imagine trying to tame your hair when it floats around like a cosmic tumbleweed.
Gravity is the unsung hero of our daily walks. It keeps us grounded like a clingy friend who just won't let go. Whereas in space, it's just like attempting a moonwalk without Michael Jackson's moves, just floating aimlessly in the environment. Sleeping is the most relaxing time of a person's day. Finding a perfect pillow, cozy blanket, and maybe a snoring soundtrack. But in space, it's just like trying to nap on a bouncy castle that won't stay still, with your sleeping bag doing somersaults.
On Earth, eating food is delightful experience, sharing meal and occasionally battling with stubborn pickle jars.
Imagine eating your favorite meal, whether a sandwich or a burger, with zero gravity. Oh, go grab your food, it's floating.
In space, it's like having a cosmic picnic where your food decides to float away mid-bite, turning mealtime into zero gravity food chase.
Boiling of egg is a very simple task on Earth, but imagine on space, it's too funny that the microgravity won't let them settle. The eggs, the water bubbles, and even the pan will float in the environment.
Further, eating in microgravity is an entirely different experience. But the meals are very similar to what we eat on Earth. Astronauts eat 3 meals a day.
Astronaut eats burritos. They have pizza night. For dessert, they have pudding. And periodically, they snack too. Food is carefully contained, and whether it is thermally stabilized or freeze-dried. Here's a quick recipe to space burrito. Drinks are packaged as dehydrated powders. Precautions are taken so they don't spoil or float away in the low gravity environment.
Look at this, it looks like a hospital medical tray, but it's actually space food.
When it's mealtime, astronauts grab their food from the locker trays. They add water to their dehydrated foods and drink at the rehydration station.
Then their food is heated in a forced air convection oven.
It takes roughly 30 minutes to prepare a meal.
And it's like magic. Right spinach, and spinach ready to eat.
Food aromas quickly waft away in microgravity. Since they can't smell it, they can't really taste it.
I can eat in any direction. I can eat upside down if I want.
What if they want to spice up their food?
Astronauts do not use salt, pepper, and any powdered spices because in microgravity it would float and do not stay on food. They use specially made liquid spices to spice up their food as these spices does not float away in the environment.
The evolution of astronaut food reflects as in 1962 the food was in the form of tube food. Then in late 60s it was in the form of freeze-dried food. Further in late 60s and mid 70s they were in the form of rehydrated food. Today astronauts have 70 meal choices and 20 beverages choices. In future, it is pretended to build on-board hydroponic garden for astronauts.
Now we are going to tell you an interesting fact about a monkey named Ham who was sent to space. Ham was a normal chimpanzee. Purchased by the US Air Force at the age of 2. They trained him for simple tasks. He was smart and a fast learner compared to others. So they decided to launch him in space. In 1961, Ham was launched into space. His rocket reached 252 kilometers height. After 16 minutes, Ham's rocket returned back to Earth. He landed in the Atlantic Ocean. And survived the flight. After mission, Ham lived all alone in a zoo for next 17 years. These are the remains of Ham. Hope you enjoyed knowing about Ham.
Imagine one day you're working in one of the halls and suddenly out of nowhere the impossible happens.
You don't know how and even why, but the gorillas is on the ship, coming for you.
And partner, you got no bananas.
That's all for today's episode. But every ending should be happy, as if the ending is not happy, it's not the end. Hope it brings smile to your face. So let's move to the end.